Good morning, my lovelies, and thanks for joining me for another What I Eat in a Day. As a vegan, doing my best to follow the Slimming World plan. If you're new here, my name is Leanne. Thanks for coming by. If you're coming back, as always, thank you ever so much for doing so. Today is Thursday. It's I think the 11th of November, but you know, I don't always get my dates right, so if it's not, I apologise. I'm just having a bit of breakfast. I have already had one coffee with 100 ml of Alpro Almond Barista for one SYNS, and I'm having cherry bakewell baked oats again for my breakfast. It is so delicious, guys. I cannot get enough of this at the moment. So you know what I'm like, I go through my little phases of things, and this right now is definitely, oh, it just hits the spot. Here she is. Oh, it's just so good, guys, honestly. I'll just run through very quickly. So 2 teaspoons of almond butter, which is 3 SYNS. I add some almond extract and then 100 ml of Alpro Almond Barista. So that's 1 SYNS, that's 4 in total. And then 40 grams of porridge oats, and is that everything? Yeah, 40 grams of porridge oats, and then I top it with, I've found that 80 grams of frozen cherries is a perfect amount because 100 grams is just too much for like the quantity of oats that you've got there. So 80 grams of frozen cherries, and that's 2 SYNS. So in total, this works out as 6 SYNS, and oh my God, it's, and obviously healthy extra B choice for the oats. It's so delicious. I cannot recommend it enough. Hey guys, so it's currently 4 o'clock. And I've not had any lunch, and I'm hungry because I had my baked oats at like 11 o'clock. Sorry, I've got loads of text messages coming through. So popular, not. Anyway, yeah, sorry. So I had my baked oats at like 11. It might have even been half 11, to be totally honest, by the time I ate them. And then, yeah, I've just had nothing. I've had a coffee, so I've had 2 coffees today. I've not had any lunch, and the problem is I need to leave in half an hour to go down to Slimming World. So I'm currently like, what the hell can I quickly eat? And also I'm worrying about what I'm going to eat when I get home for my tea, because I don't want to, you know, have that temptation to make bad choices. So ideally I want to quickly prep something that I can have later. So I'm just racking my brains, and I'll come back to you in a sec. Okay, I'm feeling pretty pleased with myself. Can you see my halo? Okay, so I've decided to use a few SYNS. I was going to quickly make myself like a salady thing with some like fake meat or something, and then I was just like, no, because I know that ultimately that's not going to satisfy me. So what I'm doing instead, I'm having a cheese salad roll. So I'm going to have to SYN the bread roll because obviously I use my oats at breakfast time. So that's 6 SYNS for a wholemeal bread roll. And that's going to put me on 15 for the day, 7 for breakfast, 2 for my coffees, 6 for the bread roll. And then I've got 40 grams of cocoa cheese and some little gem leaves and some slices of cucumber. So I'm just going to chuck all that in there dry, and that is obviously 1 healthy extra A then as well. Plus I've prepped some stuff for tea. So this is my very beautiful cheese roll. Not looking the best. Also, I microwaved it too long after I was defrosting it, so parts of it are solid, but you know what, that's fine. Okay, so this is what I've prepped. It's 2 courgettes, 1 big red onion, 1 red pepper and 1 yellow pepper, 20 sprays of olive oil, which is 2 SYNS, and a little bit of salt and garlic pepper. And what I'm going to do is just pop on top some Linda McCartney red onion rosemary sausages, which are of course vegan and SYN free. I've set my oven timer to come on, or rather the oven to do the delayed start thing. I've not used it before, I just looked it up on the internet how to do it. So hopefully I've done it right, it looks okay. So in theory, when I come home, this will be cooked, and all I'll have to do is add a little bit of passata, cook some pasta, and we're away. So fingers crossed for me, guys. So I'm about to go, still feeling pretty smug. I'm looking forward to telling our illustrious leader and group tonight that I've done this. But anyway, I'm just having a cold brew coffee just to see me through. Sometimes I just love a cold brew coffee, especially in the summer, but I'm really overheated, I don't know why. So I'm just having this one. It's 1 SYN for my 100 ml of Alpro Almond Barista, although I don't need anywhere near that in this one because it's a smaller drink. But there we go, and that's it. So I'll see you guys after Slimming World when I weigh in. I hope it's a good result. Hey guys, I just got home. It's 8:05. the oven didn't come on. Looking at it, I stupidly turned one of the knobs the wrong way, so that didn't work. So I just turned it on now, and so yeah, my tea's going to be like 45 minutes, so great. Oh well, it's still fine because I still prepped it, good to go. It's better than coming home and just having to do everything from scratch, so that's okay. Weigh in. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty gutted. I know logically that I'd said to myself before I go, you know, you might well put on because I had a big loss last week, etc, etc. Yeah, I gained 2 pounds, and I'm really quite gutted. I'm trying really hard not to be. And to be fair, this is the first time in, oh no, probably a second time, because I think last week I was alright as well. But you know, it's only a very recent thing that I get back from Slimming World and I don't just go mental with food or off-plan food or whatever. So, you know, that's fine. I've got my stuff in the oven, everything is planned out, and yeah, I'm not going to let it get in my way. I'm just going to keep going. I think things I need to change is maybe have a little bit more speed food. You know, I feel like I do still eat a decent amount of vegetables, but I could be eating more. And part of that has been because I've been eating at funny times. And the reason that I've been eating at funny times this week, you know, a lot of times the time has got away with me or whatever. But I'm still iron deficient basically. And I'm really struggling taking the iron tablets. And so I'm tired all the time, to be totally open and honest with you guys. So, like, they gave me a loading dose and I'm still, and that was ages ago, and I'm still trying to work my way through it. So I mean, you know, therefore it's not going to be doing what it should be doing. And I get so tired to the point where, like, I just physically have no energy. And I also had a B12 deficiency, by the way, and that was another one of my things that I was dealing with. And those were both diagnosed as a result of my COVID last year, apparently. They reckon, because all my results have always been fine before that, they reckon that basically it just depleted all my reserves. So, you know, all that time when I was like saying how tired I was and all the rest of it, and brain fog and all that, essentially it's textbook symptoms of both of those like deficiencies. Anyway, so I had with B12, I had a loading dose course of injections, and I now take a tablet every day because I'm just worried about it happening again. I used to have a B12 spray that I would just take as and when, but now I'm just taking a tablet every day because, you know, it's I don't want to get deficient in it again. But yeah, these iron tablets I'm struggling with, mainly because I struggle with when to take them, because there's quite a lot of like restrictions on when you should take them. You know, it shouldn't be around other medications. And I mean, like, within 2 hours, shouldn't be within 2 hours of like having coffee. And of course I drink a fair amount of coffee. It ends up being a really narrow window, and basically I just keep not having them, and then you get a tummy ache from them. Anyway, sorry about the rant. The point is, I'm really tired all the time. My sleeping's all over the place. Therefore, my eating is all over the place, time-wise. Therefore, I'm not having 3 meals a day, sometimes, as you've seen, particularly this week. And so I think that's what's kind of throwing me off, because then I'm going for the kind of higher starch things. And yeah, I just think I could be doing a bit better choices and planning better. I don't mean making a full-on meal plan, because honestly right now I just don't feel up to that, but I mean planning to have 3 meals a day, and maybe planning my evening meal. yeah, I've got quite a lot to think about, guys, to be honest. Also, driving home from Slimming World just now, I listened to the latest Slimming World podcast. I listened to them on Spotify because I pay for Spotify because I use it a lot. And it was really, really good. It was called something about your best week ever, having your best week ever or something like that. And honestly, I recommend that all you guys go and listen to it because it was a really good one. The podcast is generally pretty good, but it was really good. So definitely check it out. Anyway, I'll stop ranting. My oven's on. I'm just going to try and ignore the fact that I'm really hungry right now. And kind of do everything else that I need to. And then hopefully it won't take too long to cook. Oh well, lesson learned. Okay, so these are just about done. I did flip the sausages just now, so they are more cooked on one side than another, but that's absolutely fine, doesn't matter. I added in the half a carton of garlic and herb passata that I had left over from the other day, and now all I'm going to do is just take out the sausages, chop them up into bite-sized pizzas, and then add it to my pasta. Okay, as you can see, I've used half of the tray of sausage and veg for my pasta because that's plenty. So that's going to be one sin, and then I've got one sinned portion left over for another day. Topping it with 40 grams of cocoa vegan cheese for my second healthy extra A choice of the day. Obviously this isn't quite 40 grams, but I'm about to take my picture, and that's that. Hey guys, it's really late and I'm about to go to bed, so this may not get uploaded till the morning. I just wanted to say that after my dinner, I had one of my favourite Moser Roth sea salt bars from Aldi. These are so good. I love them so much. They're 6.5 SYNS. I had this instead of like my usual kind of hot chocolate, which usually does tide me over in terms of a sweet thing in the evening. Tonight I was in a bit of a mood, so I went with chocolate. Yeah, 6.5 SYNS from Aldi, get 5 in the packet there, and they're accidentally vegan. They do several ones, like the 70% ones are vegan. I think the orange and almond one they do is vegan, but my absolute favourite is that sea salt. I thoroughly recommend it. Yeah, I had a cup of my pucker nighttime tea. So that's done, and that's it. So I'll be finishing today on some SYNS. I can't remember how many, but you'll see it in the notes as always, and I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully I won't be feeling quite so pissed off, quite frankly. Okay, night everyone, thanks for watching.